Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Sempre Milan bonus podcast on Substack. This week, we are going to be taking a look at what Massimiliano Allegri has done to change the culture at AC Milan in the space of just a few weeks. All right.
Gang's all here.
And Massimiliano Allegri really take credit if he's been gone for like half the games through suspension.
Good point.
Or as I called him in the intro, Massimiliano.
Massa.
I'm so close, so used to calling him Max that when you go full name, it's like, yeah, sometimes a bit of a tongue twister. Good start to the episode. That Maddie, a question. I think
I'm on fire, man. I haven't been on for a while, so
this is it. A lot of pent up.
Meanwhile, he was watching Instagram reels I sent him during your intro.
I absolutely was.
Yeah, he reacted to it. I was like, "We're recorded."
Good time to do some personal admin. Yeah, Landucci's been on the bench, hasn't he, for 3 of the games? Although he's back now. Allegri has served his 1-game ban in the league after the red card that he got. Was that the Bologna game? Yeah. And then he had an existing 2-game ban from that tirade in the Coppa Italia final while he was at Juve. Served his 2 games in that, so he'll be back for the Lazio last 16 game. But yeah, I mean,
he got kind of lucky with that if you think about it, because we crashed out so badly last season that the games he missed were the 2 like preliminary rounds that most teams aren't playing. Imagine if we went straight in and he missed the first semifinal and this one. Yeah,
but we also like lost to Lecce. Oh wait, the first game of the season.
Cremonese.
Didn't they beat us?
Cremonese.
Oh.
We beat Lecce twice now.
Ignore me.
Yeah, Max was there. So Landucci's perfect record, and we haven't conceded a goal since he's been there. And I must admit, he kind of looks the part on the sidelines. Looks smart with his suit and his formal glasses. But yeah, anyway, it's Max and his staff. I think that's an important starting point. The premise of this particular bonus episode is actually based around an article that was published in La Gazzetta dello Sport, and you can go and read it. We've translated it, picked out the key bits. It's on the website. You'll find it under the headline, "The Keys to Milan's Good Start Under Allegri." Kind of makes sense, right? But they broke it down into 6 different themes. I suppose you could call it 6 different reasons that things feel different at Milan from a positive point of view. We know about the chaos of last season, finishing 8th, Champions League exit, coach rowing with players, cooling break, red cards, penalty sagas, all of that. We turn to Allegri because the idea is that he would stabilise us and he would cut out all of that kind of bullshit, basically. So yeah, they've broken it down into 6 different themes. And we're going to start with number 1, which is the chemistry of the group. Now, from day one, Allegri has been keen to get a unity within the squad. We read the reports when he came in about encouraging the players to stay at Milanello for the first few days that they were together for pre-season. How many actually did that, we don't know. He also said they can go return to their families if they want, but he just kind of encouraged, let's all stay here together. Let's bond, basically, and let's try create a strong group. We know that last season, as mentioned, didn't go to plan from this point of view. We kind of got the vibe that the players and both coaches did not gel. But this feels like it's been kind of Allegri's blueprint from the start. Allegri and his staff have done an important bit of revolutionary work, you might call it, to try and make it so the players want to come to training. And the pre-game retreats that they have, where they stay in a hotel or they stay at Milanello the night before the game, is something that they want to do. You know, they enjoy being in each other's company, and I think he sees that as the first step for building a team. We've also seen pictures of him laughing and joking with players, but also being firm with players. So there's that like good cop, bad cop thing. How important is unity in getting to where you want to get to?
I think it's
a team game, right? You don't win based on individual performances. You win based on a team performance, unless you have prime Cristiano Ronaldo. So,
yeah,
or prime Messi.
Yeah, there you go.
Suarez and Neymar, and with all of them. So, still not individual, but
Yeah, I mean, individual performance can win you a few games here and there, right? We've all seen one guy just pop off and be a game changer off the bench or something. But if you want a good team, a cohesive team, one that's going to go far in all their competitions, then you need unity. And that's what we saw against Udinese. That's what we saw against Lecce in the Cup. It's what we haven't seen in a couple seasons. So I think it makes
yeah, and like think about last season with Conceição and Fonseca. I'm surprised I remembered both of them and remembered how to say their names. So
Well done.
thank you. Yeah, thank you. They were like individually separating players and calling them out for bad performances and attitude issues, and like that's the exact opposite of what you need to do. Like sometimes it works, but obviously like it didn't work. And then an Italian comes in. Italians are, what do they say about Olive Garden? When you're here, your family, Oh,
That might be the strap line for Allegri's Milan.
yeah.
When you hear your
family. He's trying to create that family atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
And it is obviously working. So
yeah, I think it's almost too obvious and too simplistic to say, the players have to like each other. The players have to be willing to run through walls for each other over the course of a season, to run that extra bit, to fight for every ball, and to do it as a team, as a collective. Like it's a given. You kind of hope that every team has that, but it isn't the case. Sometimes you have the wrong mix of characters. Sometimes you have the wrong coaches. I think back to the Scudetto winning season under Stefano Pioli, and I thought it was really evident in that season above all, and probably a bit of the season prior, even though we fell short, that those players all loved each other, and it was a joy to watch us because you felt like the players were having fun while they were playing. And the end result of that is that they performed probably above the sum of their parts. I think most fans looking back would say that Milan did not have the best squad in the league that year, and yet they amassed the most points over the course of a season because of that, because they were able to get more out of it. And I think Pioli deserves credit for that, but also, the team, particularly in that final stretch, the final sort of 2-3 months of the season, really nailed down. And they just fought for everything. And I think that's important. And I think that kind of vanished towards the end of Pioli's tenure. Obviously, we reached the Champions League semi-final in 22-23. And I think a big part of that was this unity and this resilience that was bred into the team. But yeah, I think from day one, it has been obvious that Allegri sees the value in creating this kind of family, as Maddie rightly puts it, and as Olive Garden rightly put it. But with that, point number 2, or theme number 2, is discipline. So while this may not be immediately obvious as to how Allegri's creating these rules and these guidelines within which to behave and stuff, I think the most apparent symbol